Look at this puppy. Seriously, look at this dog. If you wouldn't murder hundreds of people, amassing rivers of blood and carving canals of flesh across the globe for this 10 out of 10 good girl, then we want nothing to do with you. Yes, killing is inherently wrong, but what if it was all for this beagle? Eh? Right? Now you're singing a different tune. So why did so many perish because of this peppy pupper? Well, it was John Wick's dog.
I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil.
Sure, he lost his car too, but who kills for a car? Who are we? Cameron's dad?
Ferris, my father loves his car more than life itself.
So, who is John Wick? Well, when we meet him, he's a quiet, wealthy, minimal core dude who loves bed, coffee, car, and wife. Dead wife, to be specific. He watches old videos of her where they do fun things like look at each other. Or sometimes look at water, and then at each other. That's Bridget Moynihan as the late Mrs. Wick, by the way. Normally, you see her in things where she's not just Johnny Mnemonic's lone memory. To understand John Wick, we also need to understand John Wick's world. New York City, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps, because everyone's an assassin. Every single person. Wait, she probably isn't. No, wait, yeah, she's totally a murderer. Anyhow, everyone's a mercenary, all hobos are spies, every pigeon carries a death note, and every pizza place is a raise. And John Wick, he's the killeriest killer of all the killers. This is the face shooting, car crashing, horse riding, face shooting, sword slashing, face shooting world of John Wick. Mess with the adorable dog that was crucial in his grieving process, and you're unleashing the fury of a man the criminal underworld affectionately calls Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga! Which is Russian for face shooter. No, it's not. In the first movie, Wick's late wife, posthumously gifts him a puppy, which she graciously names Daisy, knowing John would end up naming her dog, or thing, or John instantly loves the little rascal, and for a full 24 hours, he's whole again. He even takes Daisy on an extremely dangerous Mustang joyride, which for sure stuntman mic'd her all over the interior. So what brings this all crashing down? Well, like everything that gets ruined, it's Theon Greyjoy's fault. At a gas station where no good monetary transactions or human interactions ever take place, he offers to buy John's car.
She's not for sale.
John refuses, and it's more than this spoiled Russian mafia brat can take. He and his goons break into Baba Hausa, beat Wick, kill dog, and take car. Completely unaware of the hell they're about to unleash. Theon's dad, a Russian crime lord named Vigo, who granted Wick the permission to leave his assassin life behind for the sake of wife, tells his dipshit son about the Pandora's box he's opened.
That f***ing nobody is John Wick. Oh.
While Wick takes a sledgehammer to the ground and pulls out all his old killy stuff. Because no one puts Daisy in the coroner. Trying to stave off violent retribution, Vigo calls Wick and asks him to be reasonable, but Wick only winds up reasoning with the hit squad sent to his home. It's here that we see Wick in action for the first time with his mix of judo, wrestling, and a new exotic fighting style called, "What if you didn't have a face because of my bullets?" Seriously, what levels Wick up above all other hitmen, of which there seem to be millions, is that he never misses. Whatever he shoots at, he hits. They're practically mind bullets. Are they mind bullets, though? Think about it. Not too hard. But it's telekinesis, right? Regardless, this particular set of skills helps him rack up a pretty impressive body count. But not the sexy kind. The super sexy kind! Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait, was that a kill? Oh shit, I lost count. It's gotta be 20 by now, right? 47, 48, wait, slow down. Hey, remember when Everything Everywhere All at Once won Best Picture? Pretty awesome, right? 67, 68, 69, nice. 70, and then Ke Huy Quan hugged Harrison Ford and we all cried? 94, 95. Okay, we don't have time for this. We have to get to Swearingen. Wick then heads to the Continental, a safe haven / neutral zone for hitmen and hitwomen from all walks of the world that uses large gold coins for any type of shady criminal transaction. Whether it's paying a getaway driver, requesting a meeting with a boss, or buying a glass of straight gin, ugh! The concierge is Sharon. The manager is Winston. And the main rule is that no business is done on the premises, which means no killing, because that's the business. It's not like it's a ban on legit business ventures like NFTs or crypto, just the imaginary stuff. What follows now is Wick killing so many people while trying to off Theon, starting up a war with Vigo in the process, even though Vigo knows his son's a wretched, rambunctious piece of shit. He has to do it. Crime Lord rules apply. All sons are entitled clowns, but you still have to protect them. Vigo puts a pricey bounty on Wick's head, enough to even make the Continental dangerous for Baba Snooza, and enough to bring Willem Dafoe's hitman out of the woodwork, which is hard to do considering Dafoe only gets out of bed to lurk in bushes and throw rocks at teenagers at the boardwalk. Eventually, Wick is captured. His recent massacres have people perplexed. Is he back? Does he himself think he's back?
I'm thinking I'm back.
But is he back? You know, back, capital B back? He seems back. In the end, Vigo kills Willem, Wick kills Theon and Vigo, Winston has Ms. Perkins killed for breaking the Continental's cardinal code, and Wick adopts a pit bull he names Dog 2. Wick avenged Daisy, and in turn the memory of his wife, and he can now easily slink back into the shadows. Not so fast, Baba Bacca. In John Wick 2, things snowball out of control as a suave Italian crime lord Gianni Handsome comes calling, having heard Wick was back, when really he was only back.
I'm thinking I'm back.
And reminds Wick that the only way he was able to complete a quote-unquote impossible task to get out of the hitman life was because of his help. Handsome presents a blood oath marker, which is a medallion that symbolizes an extreme IOU between two parties and more proof that assassins love cumbersome round things. So, after violently retrieving his car from Vigo's brother, while actually leaving a few people alive, it's a car, not a dog, people, Handsome shows up and says, "You gotta kill my sister. She's a total loser." You see, Handsome's family, the Camorra Syndicate, has a seat at the High Table, which is the council that lords over all things lethal and illegal on Earth. His sister has the seat, he wants the seat, and Wick is caught in the middle. Wick also gets caught in the middle of a massive explosion when refusing the job gets his house rocket launched. Don't worry, Dog 2 is fine. Which is a good thing, since Wick would have probably grown to Galactus size and cracked the Earth open and sucked out the Cadbury cream inside. Wick now suffers the indignity of being a pedestrian, hoofing it all the way back to the Continental, where he begrudgingly accepts the gig and flies overseas to the Continental. Yep, the Continental in Rome. See, this sequel opens up the world of Wick, introducing things like a global criminal hierarchy and, more importantly, boutique hotel franchising. Don't tell Winston, but the Italian Continental is just a better full-service experience. Seriously, 4 out of 5 here, with 1 star knocked off because after Wick kills the sister, or she kills herself really, Handsome betrays Wick and tries to tie up loose ends. After a Common fight, not a regular fight, but a fight with Common, Wick returns home to discover he has a $7 million price tag on his head. This is when everyone around Wick becomes a threat, from hipsters to buskers. After a Common stabbing, not an ordinary stabbing, but actually stabbing Common, Wick seeks safety with the Bowery King. "I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the place, all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage." Oh, that's not a good Danny DeVito. Please use the real one.
"I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage."
Having once been spared by Wick, the Bowery King, who controls a network of people who don't bathe on purpose and feed him information from the streets, agrees to help Wick get revenge on Handsome, giving him 1 gun with only 7 bullets. Like a little John Wick starter kit. That 1 gun is enough though, because Wick uses those 7 bullets and then some to chase after Handsome at the museum, creating his own brand of atrocity art installation in the process. We call this one the Scream. This one, Starry Night. This one, the girl with the pearl sneering. And this one somehow still Napoleon crossing the Alps. Handsome escapes though and hides at the Continental, where he assumes he's safe. Wick, who's had it with everyone trying to kill him, and maybe also that eggs now cost $10, does the unthinkable. Not only does he kill a newly minted maniac of the high table, but he commits the deed in the Continental. Instead of killing Wick, Winston, who considers himself a friend, reveals that everyone in Central Park is a mercenary. The pigeons too, we assume, and that Wick is now excommunicado and has 1 hour to beat traffic before everyone competes for a $14 million reward for Baba Yaga and Baba Daga. That's right, Dog 2, you're f***ed too. Just kidding. While racing his way through New York at the top of John Wick 3 Parabellum, Wick sends Dog 2 into the care of Sharon while he desperately attempts to flee everything and everyone. Hired killers take their shot as Wick is a marked man, targeted by every killer in the world, which by John Wick rules is everyone in the world. Wick finds the director as we learn that Wick hails from the Ruska Roma crime syndicate and was born Jardani Jovanovic. He uses his one big family ask to get safe passage to Casablanca, while at the same time a ruthless adjudicator arrives from the high table on a mission to punish everyone who's allowed things to get so out of hand. Prices and Bowery Kings are slashed as the adjudicator's minion, Zero, dispenses justice at the adjudicator's displeasure. Winston is spared the blade, however, instead getting fired from his long-standing role as New York's Continental manager. He's given 7 days to prepare for his life as the only person in New York who's not a contract killer, which leaves more than enough time for Wick to track down the manager of Morocco's Continental, an old friend named Sophia. This time it's Wick who produces the headpiece to the staff of Raw, saying she owes him a thing for the thing they did back together during the time at the place. She takes him to see her boss, Bronn from Game of Thrones, and together, because of a different assault on a different dog, they kill everyone around them, except Bronn, just like on Game of Thrones, when he should have died in Season 7, Episode 4, The Spoils of War. Seriously, it would have been perfect. All of this was so that Wick could find the Elder, an almost supernatural individual in the desert who ranks even higher than the High Table. The Elder allows Wick to atone by cutting off his ring finger and agreeing to be the High Table's personal killer for the rest of his days, which is the most back you can be from a back standpoint.
I'm thinking I'm back.
When Wick returns home, he finds Winston about to go to war with the High Table. Wick refuses to kill Winston for the High Table. Winston refuses to leave the hotel, so for about 30 straight minutes of cinema, Wick fends off a full siege on the Continental, finally killing Fanboy Zero. Winston betrays Wick, shooting him and causing the humptiest of dumptiest falls, revealing his war was a ruse and just a way to prove himself to the High Table. Wick is rescued by the still-alive Bowery King, and together they agree to team up against the High Table. And that's where we left things with John Wick 3. From his dog getting killed to battle lines being drawn in a war against the entire connected world of international criminals, John Wick will have his hands full in Chapter 4. Good thing he has mind bullets, which are definitely how he can shoot like that. Maybe he'll even get a bulletproof vest for Dog 2, lest there be a Dog 3. Because there's one thing you don't want to hear, and it's that was John Wick's secondary replacement pet.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and for more John Wick, here's our review of Chapter 4. So make sure to check that out, and don't forget to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.